We got Floyd Mayweather walking through. You know, this is his home in Miami. We're coming through. Got my man GT. You know what the vibes are like when GT walking in the gym? Hard work. Nothing but. Hall of Fame code.
Floyd Mayweather just pulled up to Lamont Roach's training in California. Yeah, you heard that right. Lamont's already deep in training for the highly anticipated rematch against Gervonta Davis. And guess who just walked in? None other than Money Mayweather himself. And let's be real, this is a whole new level of betrayal for Tank.
And Gervonta Tank Davis just been released to the public. We know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's going to be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him back and forth battles and whatnot. It's gonna be a pretty interesting fight. You know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight. I mean, I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
We all know Floyd and Gervonta have had their issues, but this is Floyd straight up getting involved with Tank's opponent again, just like he did before the Garcia fight. Only this time, Floyd isn't just giving advice, he's getting hands-on, showing Roach how to take down the very fighter he once built.
I gotta tell you the truth. You know, that's a good workout. Today I had a good workout. It pushed me. It pushed me. You know, actually, it's good for a lot of professional fighters. You know, not just normal people that's at home. That's good for professional fighters. It'll push you.
So, what does this mean for the rematch? Why is Floyd helping Roach? And, most importantly, how is Tank reacting to this ultimate backstab? Let's break it down. And let's get into the details. Floyd was spotted at Brick House Boxing Club in Los Angeles, where Roach has been grinding non-stop for this rematch. Lamont Roach is already locked in, training like a man possessed for this rematch. And now, he's got the blueprint from one of the greatest boxers of all time. Floyd Mayweather didn't just visit. He's actively training Roach, giving him inside knowledge on how to shut Tank down once and for all.
You get behind me, okay? Smart shit. Smart shit. You drop too, walk. When you drop, then get it, okay? They don't come one. Fight like this, boom, boom, then you go around. Like this, boom, you switch. So you can hold your shoulder, and it's like.
And let's not forget, Roach already had Tank figured out in the first fight. He wasn't just some underdog hoping for a miracle. This man had a game plan. He walked in knowing Tank's strengths, but more importantly, he knew his weaknesses. Roach used pinpoint counters, insane defensive IQ, and relentless pressure to keep Tank on his back foot all night. And let's be real, Tank felt that power. The man took a knee in the ninth round, and if it weren't for Steve Willis looking the other way, that fight would have been over.
Cards. Judge at the ringside. Eric Marlinski scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scores about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
Now imagine that same Roach, but with Floyd Mayweather in his corner. Yeah, it's scary hours for Tank. Floyd is the master of defense, footwork, and counterpunching, and now he's showing Roach the Floyd technique. How to frustrate Tank, break his rhythm, and make him pay for every mistake. We're talking about shoulder rolls, pull counters, lead hand traps, all the tricks that made Floyd untouchable in his prime. So if Roach was already giving Tank problems before, just imagine what's coming next. And the crazy part? Tank knows it. That's why he's been dodging this rematch. But now, with the rematch clause locked in and Floyd in Roach's camp, there's no running anymore.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents. Everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this and that's what you're supposed to say, right? Like I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So, why would it change here?
Let's keep it 100. If there's one person who knows Tank's every move, every strength, weakness, habit, and flaw, it's Floyd Mayweather. Floyd didn't just manage Gervonta. He built him from the ground up, turned him into a knockout machine, and made him one of boxing's biggest stars. But here's the thing, Tank left the nest too soon. The moment he broke off from Mayweather Promotions, Floyd straight up warned him, "You think you're ready to do this alone? Watch how quick things fall apart." And man, Floyd wasn't wrong.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
The second their fallout happened, Floyd didn't just walk away, he started training Tank's enemies. Let's take it back to Ryan Garcia. Before that fight, Floyd was in Ryan's camp, giving him key advice on how to break Tank down. Now, Ryan didn't execute that game plan the way he should have, but still, Floyd made it clear that he was done helping Tank.
Tank vents out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. So, but I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan, and a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me he's still a kid, and when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia, tough competitor, tough fighter, and the best man won.
Then, we saw it again with Terrence Crawford, who's been roasting Tank on social media lately. Crawford's been openly beefing with Gervonta, and guess who was spotted in his camp, giving him fight advice? Yep, Floyd. And it doesn't stop there. Floyd's even had conversations with Keyshawn Davis, who's been calling Tank out for months, saying he wants all the smoke. And now, Floyd is literally in Lamont Roach's corner, getting him ready for the biggest fight of his career. At this point, Floyd isn't just training Tank's rivals. He's personally making sure they take him down.
Yeah. What that? What's the name of that?
I see you got all your people. Y'all all stepping, huh?
That, man.
Nigga, where Derek at? I don't know.
You don't like
Speak up, sir. Frank. What that mean?
Off limit. I don't like Floyd, motherfucker.
No, you don't. EJ do the trash talk, make you miss box.
And let's be real. Floyd knows exactly what makes Tank dangerous. And more importantly, he knows how to shut him down. Floyd taught Tank his entire style, his explosiveness, counterpunching, power shots, defensive reads, but he also knows the flaws in Tank's game. And that's what makes this so crazy. Roach already exposed some of Tank's weaknesses in their first fight, but now, with Floyd in his corner, he's about to take things to a whole new level.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
Tank might think he's outgrown Floyd, but Floyd is out here proving a point. You don't turn your back on the man who made you, because now he's making sure you fall. Hear me out. Tank does not want this rematch. He's been ducking and dodging ever since that first fight ended in controversy. At first, he played it cool, acting like he was open to running it back. But when the reality of an immediate rematch hit, he started looking for every way out.
I already signed. My first contract is signed for an immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that that wasn't a fluke.
We all know the rematch clause drama by now. Before the fight even happened, Lamont Roach, straight up, confirmed that he had signed a contract with an immediate rematch clause in case of a draw or if he won. And let's be real, that's nothing new in boxing. Every big champion makes sure they have a rematch clause in place, just in case things don't go their way. Tank himself had Roach sign it, thinking he'd never need it. But here's where it gets crazy. The clause applies to both fighters, meaning Tank can't just walk away now. He's legally bound to the rematch.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take it?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's gonna be soon. I'm hoping it's gonna be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
And that's exactly why he's been running. Right after the fight, in the post-fight press conference, Tank straight up admitted that he wasn't going to jump into a rematch right away. He said he had other names in mind and that he'd fight Roach maybe later this year.
Tank want a rematch. Do you let me know now? Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank again?
100%. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They said they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay. Cool.
I'd love for it to be in DC.
But guess what? Lamont's lawyers weren't having it. They dug into the contract and found the loophole that forces Tank into the rematch. No delays, no tune-ups, just straight back into the ring.
You know, obviously the part with the grease in the eye, that took on a life of its own. You know what I'm saying? That was a headline in the fight. I guess one is, what did you think when he said that initially, just like the grease in the eye? But two is like, when you was in the fight, was there any point that you saw that? Like, did you see like him kind of messing with his eye, or did you have any indication that that was something that was bothering him?
No, see, and that's the thing. If you look at the whole fight, he was never bothering his eyes before
You jabbed him.
before I jabbed him. Even that right hand that, like, you know what I'm saying, that kind of landed, he kind of rolled with it. But after that, you could see him wipe his eye. And then, right after I hit him with the jab, you could see him wipe his other eye. So it's like, it was corresponding to which hand that I punched him with and exactly which eye. So it's like crazy for him to say, it's grease in my eye. And I think even when he say that, you could see me, because I'm right beside him, you could see me like, nigga, what you talking about? So,
But you say you don't think he willing though.
whatever. See, but who cares? Like, sweat gonna get in your eye, blood gonna get in your eye.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Spit fuck around and get in your eye. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like you can be like, all right, time out, ref. Hold on,
Take no
ref.
time out.
You can't do that.
Right. Would you be cool with Steve Willis doing the next fight?
Hell no.
He can't do the next fight.
No, he can't do the next fight.
Right.
No.
Pops, it's a no?
Hell no.
Fuck that man.
Yeah.
You know how many?
Coach Ben on him, man. He lucky he ain't running Coach Ben after that fight.
But look how many times look at how many times he fucked the fight up though. The knee, him going to the corner to get assistance, like, who knows? Not saying that they did any cheating shit or nothing like that, but like, he wiped his face with a towel. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do none of that.
Right.
It's a disqualification. You turned your back on the ref after you took a knee. Usually the ref will be like, all right, he don't want to fight no more. Fight's off.
Now, that first fight was a straight-up disaster when it came to officiating. Let's start with the biggest controversy of the night, the 9th round.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
We all saw it. Tank took a knee. That should have been an official knockdown in favor of Lamont Roach, No questions asked. But what did referee Steve Willis do? Absolutely nothing. He just let it slide like it never even happened. That moment alone could have changed the entire outcome of the fight, because if that knockdown had been counted, Roach would have won fair and square.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
And it didn't stop there. Tank's corner was breaking every rule in the book. There was a moment caught on camera where Calvin Ford literally wiped Tank's face in the middle of the fight. Not in between rounds, but during active fighting time. That's straight up illegal, and yet the ref ignored it completely. Now here's the wild part. After the fight, Lamont's legal team immediately filed a lawsuit against Steve Willis, demanding an investigation into the officiating. NYSAC was forced to review everything. And guess what? They admitted that mistakes were made. They agreed that the officiating wasn't up to standard. They admitted that the fight playback had issues, and they acknowledged that the judges made questionable calls. But did they overturn the draw? Nope. They just let it stand, even though the entire boxing world saw what really happened. Lamont Roach won that fight. Fans, analysts, and even fighters were calling out the corruption.
People say Tank didn't really win. They got the majority draw, which means it had to be a close fight, maybe a tough one to call. At the end of the day, when it's a draw like that and an action-packed fight, run it back. I'm pretty sure the fans will watch it one more time.
Should they have called it a knockdown in round 9?
I didn't get to see it, but my one coach said no. A lot of on-takers say yes. I want to watch how it occurred because technically when you take a knee, it's very unfortunate, but if there was some outside factor that did get into his eye, I don't know. You're walking on a gray line, and that's when things aren't necessarily black or white. So it's a tough call, and you don't want one little decision to change the whole fight. But in sports, sometimes it is one thing that a referee does or a judge does that determines who wins and loses. So luckily for him, he did not have such a scenario because obviously the fight was close enough that if the point was deducted, he would have walked away not world champion.
Everybody saw it. Tank got a gift decision, and now he's trying to dodge the rematch before history repeats itself.
Did you think it was a draw? No. I thought Lamont won. Who you thought won? Lamont. You thought Lamont won? By how many rounds? I don't know. You still want the Tank Davis fight? You said what? You still want the Tank Davis fight? What went wrong? What went wrong? Take out a little steam or fire out of me, or is it still the same?
I mean, we're going to see. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've been saying this, so.
Shakur, what went wrong for Gervonta in this fight? Is just because, could we say maybe because Lamont didn't come in, they really...
I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how the fight was going to go. The fight went exactly how I said. Exactly.
After seeing this performance from Gervonta, do you believe your confidence has gone a little bit more up?
My confidence been up. I've been knew I was the best.
Keyshawn, what's your worst? Shakur, what's your worst to Keyshawn? He just won his first title. We good. It was a close fight.
I'm surprised the way Lamont fought. I knew Lamont was going to come to fight. It was an opportunity of a lifetime. He did a good job. He fought a great fight.
What went wrong with Tank Davis? I mean, I was
what was wrong with him?
Out.
Every night in boxing is not your best, you feel me? But at least you got the draw.
Would you like to see a rematch of this or jump into a fight with Shakur Stevenson?
They don't, whatever they want to do.
Did you think it was a draw?
I don't know. I thought it was a good fight.
Appreciate it, Danny.
But the real question is, how is Tank going to respond? He's been dodging this rematch for as long as he could, but he can't run anymore. His back is against the wall, and now, with Mayweather plotting against him, he's got more pressure than ever. Will Tank finally step up and prove he's still the best? Or will Floyd's game plan help Roach shock the world for real this time? Let us know in the comments. Do you think Floyd is setting Tank up for failure? Or is this just mind games? And who do you got winning this rematch? Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for all the latest boxing drama, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. I'll catch you in the next video.